Dear children, welcome to the first session on the chapter Excretory Products and its Elimination. Let us learn about a new system called as the excretory system. What is the objective of excretory system in our body? The metabolic changes or metabolic reactions which is taking place in our body, that is anabolism and catabolism, building up process and breaking down process will generate a large amount of toxic nitrogenous waste, and this has to be expelled out of our body or else it will be dangerous to our body. And this process of expelling out of the nitrogenous waste from our body is called as excretion. So in this chapter we are going to learn about the excretory products and how it is eliminated from our body. There are three types of excretion: aminotelism, ureotelism, and uricotelism. These are the three types of excretion. So, what is aminotelism? Ammonotelism, what does the name indicate? It indicates ammonia. So, it is a process of excretion of ammonia. Ammonotelic animals are the aquatic invertebrates, aquatic insects, the bony fishes, and aquatic amphibians. All these are the animals which have the excretion, namely ammonotelism. Ammonia is the most toxic nitrogenous waste. So excretion of ammonia, it needs large amount of water. And we can see all these animals, most of them are aquatic. It is due to the presence of or due to the need of large amount of water in order to remove ammonia, because ammonia is readily soluble in water and it is excreted by the process called as diffusion through the body surface or gill surfaces in fishes as ammonium ions. So it is a process of diffusion by which the ammonia in the form of ammonium ions is expelled out of the body surfaces or through the gill surface. And kidney do not play any significant role in the removal of ammonia. So this is about aminotelism, in which it is nothing but excretion of ammonia from the body. And it is seen in aminotelic animals like aquatic organisms, namely aquatic invertebrates, aquatic insects, bony fishes, aquatic amphibians. Why? All aquatic, because in order to expel out ammonia, ammonia is readily soluble in water and it requires large amount of water in order to remove ammonia in the form of ammonium ions. Next is ureotelism. Ureotelism is the excretion of urea. As the name indicates, it is the expelling of urea. So which are the ureotelic animals? Cartilaginous fishes, terrestrial and semi-aquatic amphibians like toads, frogs, aquatic and semi-aquatic reptiles like alligators, turtles, mammals. So we are ureotelic. Okay, so we have the type of excretion called as ureotelism. And in liver, the ammonia, which is formed as a result of metabolism, is converted into a less toxic nitrogenous waste called as urea. So it needs only very moderate amount of water for excretion. Unlike ammonia, it does not require large amount of water. In order to remove the urea which is formed from ammonia in the liver, it requires minimal amount of water. So some amount of urea may be retained in the kidney matrix, that is a region of the kidney of some animals, to maintain a desired osmolarity. So this is about ureotelism, in which the excretion of urea takes place, and it helps to remove urea which requires only moderate quantity of water. And the last type of excretion is uricotelism. Uric acid. So it's the process of excretion of uric acid. Uric acid is insoluble in water, not like ammonia or urea. It is insoluble in water. So water is not at all required for excretion of uric acid. So the uric acid, uricotelic animals are insects, some land crustaceans, land snails, terrestrial reptiles, and birds. If you have ever seen the excretory product of the birds, it is having very minimal amount of water. It is because they require very less water, and such animals are called as uricotelic animals. Ureotelism and uricotelism, they are needed for water conservation because they require minimal water or very less water. Okay, very less water is needed. Now let us learn about the different excretory organs which are seen in different types of animals. The protonephridia or the flame cells, they are seen in Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes, that is the flatworms. Then the rotifers, some annelids, and cephalochordates. The nephridia is seen in annelids. Annelids are like earthworms. Malpighian tubules, they are seen in insects. The antennae glands or green glands, they are seen in crustaceans like prawns. And kidneys are seen in higher animals. So these are the different range of excretory organs which are seen in different types of animals. Dear children, in this module, you learned what is excretion, the three types of excretion, and the different types of excretory organs which are seen in different types of animals. Thank you.